How is it going? Hope everyone's doing well, and thank you for tuning in this video. Today I'm with my review of Night 2 of AEW Fyter Fest 2020. Of course, that took place as part of a special edition of AEW Dynamite. Though I've seen any more times going to Brian things to show open up with the AEW World Tag Team Championship match. Of course, Kenny Omega and Hangman Adam Page defending against Private Party. This was a hell of an opener. I thought it was balls to walls fun. You know, it was pretty much a sprint, but it was a lot of fun. You know, their party looked very good. But, you know, there were moments in the match again where I've kind of had, you know, my issues with their matches where, you know, throughout the match, they start to show their greenness, and I felt like it kind of showed here. There was a little bit of sloppiness, but I thought for the most part, they still shine for the most part. You know, there was a spot where they both did a double Spanish fly to Kenny Omega, and it came out pretty sloppy, to be perfectly honest. But it was a lot of fun. There was a lot of great sequences. At some points, I thought, you know, Private Party were actually closing on the tag team titles. I thought Kenny Omega sold his ass off for both men. Isaiah Cassidy did an awesome springboard to the outside, which was a great spot. Mark Quinn got just tossed into the crowd by Hangman Page at one point. Thought was great. So yeah, it was a lot of fun. Some nice sequences as well. At the end of the match, you know, Omega and Page and retaining after Page hit a huge sit-out Liger bomb, then ended up hitting the last call. 1, 2, 3. Omega and Page retain the AEW World Tag Team titles. Like I said, great opener. Thought it was a lot of fun. It was a great sprint. I thought it would step up from both their tag team matches from last week. I thought it was better than Private Party's match against Santana Ortiz, and I thought it was better than Omega and Page's title defense against Best Friends last week. Really fun opener. Great way to kick off the show. From there, we go to Lance Archer carrying Sonny Kiss to the ring, throws him onto Joey Janela, and we immediately go into Lance Archer taking on Joey Janela, which I thought this was an awesome extended squash. Joey Janela bumped his ass off for Archer. Archer looked absolutely awesome, just destroying Janela. Janela looked good when he was having his comeback, when, you know, Archer went for the blackout, but he countered it into like a sling blade, and then he was just beating holy hell out of Archer. Then Archer was just chopping the shit out of his chest, just absolutely destroying Joey Janela. Well, I thought Archer did an excellent job. Jake Roberts got involved. He got in the apron, which actually allowed Joey Janela to get the upper hand. Sonny Kiss hit a beautiful 450 onto Archer for Joey Janela to get a very, very good near fall there. But then Archer at the upper hand hit the blackout off the apron through a table onto Joey Janela. Gave him the EDD where he just kept smashing his head onto the outside onto the table. Threw him back in the ring, covered him, 1, 2, 3. Lance Archer defeats Joey Janela. Like I said, it was pretty much an extended squash, but I thought it was awesome. Joey Janela bumped his ass off for Lance, and I thought Lance looked absolutely awesome the way he was able to destroy Joey Janela. So, yeah, that was a really good extended squash. Then we had a Darby Allin promo, pretty much him warning Brian Cage, saying that once he's cleared to compete, he's going after Cage. So, you know, just a way to keep Darby on the program without him actually being there, so I'm all for it. Then we go to Taz coming out, cutting his promo. Of course, they teased he had a major announcement, and his announcement that he's bringing back his FTW championship. The Fuck the World Championship is back. He brought it back in the order to Brian Cage, so I guess Brian Cage is now the FTW champion. I don't know, but yeah, I thought it was a great promo. You know, as much as I haven't really enjoyed Taz over the years, I think him as a manager for Brian Cage has been tremendous so far. I think him and Cage have been by far the best act in AEW. And yeah, I'm really excited for Moxley versus Cage next week at Fight for the Fallen for the AEW World Championship. So yeah, really good promo. And yeah, Brian Cage, the brand new FTW champion. From there, I'm going to which I thought was match of the night, the 8-man tag team match. Young Bucks and FTR taking on Lucha Bros and the Butcher and the Blade. Lucha Bros stealing FTR's truck, I thought was great. This match was like a PWG style match where it's just ball-to-the-wall action. I will say it's Dax Hardwood, he looked fantastic in this match. I thought he was definitely the star. Everything he did was crisp and smooth. I thought he looked absolutely excellent. Cash looked great as well. You know, he was busting out some old maneuvers, like he did a splash at the top rope. Even threw a super kick, or was it Dax? I don't remember. One of them even threw a super kick, which I thought was excellent. The Young Bucks looked fantastic as always. Lucha Brothers were excellent. An awesome spot where I think it was Penta, or it might have been Phoenix. I don't remember. One of them did a Canadian Destroyer off the ropes onto the outside of the Nick Jackson. This spot looked fucking awesome. There were a lot of tremendous spots in this match as well. Like I said, just an old school PWG, you know, multi-man tag where it's just balls to the walls action. Everyone's doing crazy spots. It was a lot of fun, and like I said, I thought it was personally my match of the night. Ending was a lot of fun as well. You know, very surprising to me, Lucha Bros got the victory, ended up hitting the assisted package pile driver onto Matt Jackson for the 1-2-3. So Lucha Bros get the win for themselves, as well as the Blade the Butcher. Like I said, I thought it was a lot of fun. Like I said, PWG style, you know, match, if you know what I'm talking about, if you've seen old school PWG matches. And yeah, I thought it was excellent. I thought, you know, the chemistry that FTR and the Young Bucks had in terms of just teaming together, I thought worked very well. And yeah, they've added a lot to the AEW's tag team division. So yeah, a lot of fun. Like I said, my personal match of the night. Next, we had Nyla Rose's match, which was, you know, dubbed as her in action against surprise opponents. She was in a handicap match, 2-on-1, nothing special. She squashes them, but it was a fun squash though. She looked great, and she looked like she legitimately wanted to kill him. So Nyla Rose squashes them, and cuts a promo afterwards saying that she's found a manager, and because, you know, if you look at other people like Cody and whatnot, you know, everyone that's had a manager has won a championship at one point. So not everyone, but, you know, most notable people who have a manager, you know, get the title soon at least. So that's her idea, and she pretty much warned Sheeta that she's coming after her again. So yeah, it was fine. Nothing really to talk about, you know, just more curious to see who she'd be paired with. But yeah, the squash was fine. Like I said, Mary looked good, and the promo, you know, gave you reason to kind of tune in and see what she's going to do next. So no complaints from me. Then we go to the 6-man tag team match. SCU taking on Mr. Brodie Lee, Colt Cabana, who his ribs were just completely fucked up, and Stu Grayson. This was a really good match as well. I thought SCU looked really good against Dark Order. I thought, you know, Scorpio Sky looked really good, especially Frankie Kazarian. Once he got his hot tag, I thought he looked really good in this match. But yeah, it was a really good one. Colt Cabana actually got the victory when he pinned Christopher Daniels. You know, it was Stu Grayson and Daniels going at it for a good while. Which, by the way, Stu Grayson, man, I've loved his work in PWG with the Super Smash Bros. Obviously, you know, the Dark Order now, but when they're the Super Smash Bros, I thought they were excellent. And I thought he was able to show himself, you know, here again, how great he is. I thought he definitely was the MVP of this match. So Stu Grayson, whether it was selling or his offense, I thought he was the MVP of the 6-man tag. But yeah, Stu Grayson, Colt, and it was Stu Grayson and Christopher Daniels. Brodie Lee gives a huge lariat onto Christopher Daniels, but then demands Stu Grayson to tag in Colt Cabana. Cabana tags in, pins Christopher Daniels, 1-2-3. Dark Order gets the victory. Really good match. It adds, obviously, to the Cabana and Mr. Brodie Lee stuff, so no complaints about me. And like I said, I thought Scorpio Sky looked really good, and Stu Grayson was the MVP of the match. From there, we go to a Big Swole. She was suspended, then she ended up coming out and throwing a piece of paper at Britt Baker, and Britt Baker acted as if she lost her eye because of it, which I thought was pretty funny. So yeah, that was a nice segment. It adds, you know, obviously tension, you know, adds to the feud, not just tension, but adds to the feud between Swole and Britt. I apologize. And obviously they're probably gonna have a match at All Out. I think Britt Baker is supposed to return at All Out, so that's probably gonna be a match there. But yeah, I've been enjoying it. I think it's been making them both look good. So yeah, I've been enjoying that. And then we get a preview for next week, which of course is Fight for the Fallen. Not only do we get Moxley versus Cage for the AEW World Title, but we'll also be getting FTR taking on Lucha Bros, which sounds absolutely awesome. Cody defending his TNT Championship against Sonny Kiss, which, you know, that sounds interesting, so I'll give it a chance. Then of course we'll have the Elite, Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks taking on Jurassic Express. That should be a really good match as well. So Fight for the Fallen next week already looks like a really strong card. I'm already excited for that one. So yeah, that should be a fun show next week. And then go to the main event, which was Chris Jericho taking on Orange Cassidy. This was a great main event. I thought the story was excellent. I thought Jericho made Cassidy look like $1 million. You know, Cassidy was able to be himself, you know, joke around, but yeah, be serious. You know, he took Jericho off his feet while having his hands in his pockets, just, you know, being able to be himself. Obviously, Santana Ortiz got involved at ringside at one point, you know, even throwing orange juice at Orange Cassidy, which led to best friends coming out to kind of even the score. But yeah, this was a really good paced match. I thought Jericho looked great against Cassidy as well, or made Cassidy look good, great, I should say. The last few minutes were a lot of fun as well, a lot of near falls. You know, Orange Cassidy actually kicked out of a code breaker after Jericho hit him with a bat, followed up with the code breaker. Cassidy still kicked out of that. Jericho had him the walls. Jericho, Cassidy was able to get out of that. So I thought it was a really fun final few minutes, but Jericho at the end was able to counter the Superman punch into the Judas effect, pin Orange Cassidy, 1, 2, 3. Jericho gets the victory. Like I said, really good main event. I thought Orange Cassidy looked like a complete star against Jericho, and Jericho, yeah, just made Cassidy look great. And I thought that was a great main event to end, which I thought was a fantastic show. I thought Night 2 Fyter Fest was fantastic. Definitely thought it blew night one out of the water. I just thought everything was a lot of fun. Even Nyla Rose's squash, even though it really wasn't anything, I thought it was entertaining for what it was. All the other matches, the opener was great. The 8-man tag I had a lot of fun with. Like I said, that was match of the night. The 6-man tag was really good as well. And yeah, just everything about it was fun. And you know, honestly, probably the best edition of Dynamite we've had so far. I know we've had some really good ones, but I'd put this up there definitely as one of, if not the best edition of Dynamite we've had so far. So yeah, like I said, I thought Night 2 Fyter Fest 2020 was a great show from AEW. Fantastic stuff. Really looking forward to next week, which of course is Fight for the Fallen. So I'll be watching that and having a review for that show as well. So stay tuned for that. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys did, please feel free to like below. Of course, next time I'll see you guys, and thank you guys for watching this video.